Hi everybody, this is Will Bowen with today's JumpStart. Today we want to jumpstart known acquaintances. Now, what does that mean? Well, for millennia, for tens of thousands of years, human beings have gathered together in groups for safety and to share workload and other reasons. Now, the interesting thing is that during that time, the groups were rarely larger than 150. Now, if you've studied business at all, you know that they suggest that work groups, organizations, should never be more than 150 people in one location. Why is that? 150 seems to be the magic number of people you can actually know and know fairly well. And anyone you don't know is an unknown acquaintance, and therefore they are somewhat of a concern to you. Studies have found that the level of fear in a society is directly proportional to the number of unknown people in a society. If you don't know people, you tend to feel threatened by them. If you do know them, you tend to feel less threatened, or you'll know some who are legitimately threatening. But in most cases, that's very, very few compared to all of the ones that you do know. This even goes over into politics. Studies have found that if you ask people, are politicians crooked? Universally, people say, oh yeah, politicians are crooked. Then you ask them, is your politician crooked, the one you voted for? In most cases, they'll say, no. No, mine's the good guy. All the other ones are the bad guys. In this little town that I live in, there's only about 800 people. And I know probably 50 of them, and I feel super comfortable with the 50 I know. The other 750 I don't know, I'm a little more fearful about. Why? Simply because I don't know them. So what I want to encourage you to do is to get rid of some of the stress in your life. The Dalai Lama wrote in one of his books on happiness, The Art of Happiness in a Troubled World. I think it was the second version. Anyway, he talked about the fact that studies have shown that the more you know your neighbors, the people around you, the happier you tend to be. And yet most people don't know their neighbors. I remember I met my neighbor Steve here. Somebody invited us all over for dinner one night. And I met my neighbor Steve, and we hadn't lived as neighbors side by side for too long, a couple months, but it was good to get to know him and everything like that. Come to find out, he had literally lived across the street from me for 3 years, and I never made the connection. 3 years, and I never even knew who he was. The point I'm trying to make is, do something today to get more known acquaintances and fewer unknown people. Go around and introduce yourself to people. Find a reason to meet people. Don't be creepy, you know that. But find a reason to walk next door and meet your neighbor, or say hello when you're out and actually introduce yourself. And then say their name over and over again in your head such that when you see them next time, you make sure you use their name. A lot of the fear in society is based on the unknowns, the others. It's always the others. It's never the us. Even though, as Pogo said, we have met the enemy, and the enemy is us. If you want to reduce stress, if you want to feel happy, if you want to feel more connected, get to know people around you, people at work. Introduce yourself. Get to know their names. It will dramatically improve your life. Leave your questions and comments below. I respond to them all personally. And enjoy today. We'll talk tomorrow. Bye-bye.